Shalom, friend. How's everybody doing? Family, for I say the first 30 seconds of this video, you see me with my soprano saxophone, and it appears, that I'm actually playing the music that you hear. But that was deception. There's no way, family, that I can play it that good. Not even close. Okay? But those who are musicians or play instruments, they could probably spot it right off. But those who don't would see it and think I was actually doing that when I wasn't. And so, since the subject is about deception and false teachers and false doctrine, I just wanted to do something just to show that how easy it is to be deceived. And false teachers can be just as deceiving. Okay? They take a word out here or add one here to make a verse say differently than what it means. Now, I had two of my daughters went to that channel where that doctrine has been taught and tried to warn their brothers and sisters, okay, as they should. But they were wholly rejected, And so I kind of told them that just, if they don't receive the truth, then shake the dust off of your feet and let it be held against them in judgment. Okay? These people have no idea that they're into the same trap that Eve was. Okay? Family, they don't understand the Most High at all, or none of the events that took place, and why. There was a reason the Most High didn't want them to know certain things, good and evil. Now, actually, Adam and Eve did know the difference between right and wrong, because the Most High told them what tree they couldn't eat off of and nothing like that, but they didn't understand fully understand good and evil, and he didn't want them to. All the Most High wanted them to do was be over the things that he created. He gave them nothing but good, and that's all he wanted them to experience. Okay? He did not want them to experience evil. This is why he didn't allow them to eat from that tree. Now, Satan comes along knowing that there are certain things that the Most High did not want us to know. And he enticed and tricked Eve into doing it. And it was to their detriment. And knowing good and evil was not a positive thing for Adam and Eve. It served as a entry of sin into humanity. So that's why the scripture said in Genesis 3, verse 22, the man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever. See, same way with this pineal gland doctrine. People trying to find their own path to enlightenment, in which Most High has already give us the path, and that's through Him and Mashiach and the Word and the Ruach. Nowhere in the scriptures are we told to do things like that. This kind of, I want y'all to look at on your own time, family. Research a book or a Bible in their case, called the Bhagavad Gita, and see what it's about. See, and or the Hare Krishnas. See, Krishna said he was God. And I have a couple of statements on the video. And they said out of their own mouth, if you open your third eye improperly, you go to having visions, hearing voices, and other things. Okay, according to them. Now we know we don't have a third eye. Mashiach in John was talking about spiritual things, as he always does. Wasn't talking about no physical eye or nothing else. He's talking about your spirit. Okay, if this be full of darkness or light. And people don't realize that Mashiach taught all the time in parables. Okay? So you don't take that evil single eye stuff literally. He's not even talking about an eye, period. He's just using that as an example. And people that teach this kind of doctrine are teaching you to sin, because they know full well what the Most High has to say about practicing other people's cultures and religions. Okay? He strictly forbade it. All right? But yet they want to teach you to try to be enlightened on your own through the flesh. Okay? And that's demonic. The same principle about Satan and Eve. These false teachers are trying to get you to have some kind of enlightenment that the Most High didn't ever want people to do. Sorcery and channeling and chanting, it makes you a heretic. So, family, we're just going to take our time today, go through a lot of scriptures, and try to put this thing to bed. Okay? So, let's go ahead and get started. All right? And family, please, get your pen and paper out and quote these and write down these scriptures. And in your study time, go over them yourself. The truth is always going to bear itself out. But study them. Study them. Don't just listen to me. Write them down. And in your study time, which everybody needs a study time, where you're not distracted and you can fully concentrate on the word. Okay? Now let's start with Proverbs chapter 14, verse 12. There's a way which seem right unto man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. See, what they're doing seems right because somebody told them, we can be enlightened and have more communication with the Most High through the third eye. When it was clearly stated in the Bible that the Ruach would teach us all things that we need to know. Family, there's a lot of things the Most High don't want us to know right now. Now imagine when we go into the kingdom, things will be revealed. But there's certain things now that we just not able to handle, family. That's why he told you not to seek no advice from no witch or medium or none of that kind of stuff, family. But yet these teachers out here teaching to do just that. Luke chapter 17, verse 1 and 2. Then he said unto the disciples, it is impossible but that offenses will come. But woe unto him through whom they come. Woe to the teachers and pastors who those offenses come from. Verse 2 says, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and he be cast into the sea, than he should offend one of these little ones. Now, I know when people think that they're talking about small children. No, it's talking about you. We are the Most High's children. We are his little ones. And when you teach them false doctrine, you're offending them. Okay? You're doing them a very bad disservice. So it'd be better for you if a millstone was hung around your neck than to do that. Let's go to a book we very seldom visit. But like I say, family, we always have to read the Bible as a whole, the whole Bible. Let's go to Titus, chapter 1, verse 10 through 16. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. Then when it's talking about the circumcision, family, it's not talking about the physical, bodily circumcision. It's talking about people of the circumcision of the heart, But they say even them would be deceivers and vain talkers. Verse 11 says, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things that they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. We know what filthy lucre is. Money. They'll tell you anything. This is why, family, on my channel, you will not ever see any donation links on it or me asking for money at no time. The day that I put a link on this channel is the same day that I shut this channel down. The Most High's word is not for sale. Okay? For most people that teach, it's a money grab for them. Let's go to verse 12. One of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said the Christians are always liars, evil beasts, and slow bellies. This witness is true. Therefore, rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth unto the pure. All things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. Verse 16, they profess that they know Yah, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient unto every good work, reprobate. See, these teachers say they know the Most High, but in their works, they're actually denying it. To tell you that the way to in spiritual enlightenment is through a gland that has nothing to do with your enlightenment. It's the Ruach. Okay? That gland has a bodily function to help maintain the body. Has nothing with nothing else. Acts chapter 20, verse 28. Take heed, therefore, unto yourselves and to all the flock over which the Ruach has made you overseers, to feed the church of Yah, which he has purchased with his own blood. See, he's telling these people that are teachers and stuff, take heed. You know, the Most High made you overseers. You know, teaching them and all that. Be careful, because he purchased these people with his own blood. Let's go to James, chapter 5, verse 20. Let him know that he which convert the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death, and shall hide a multitude of sins. And see, that's what my sisters was doing, trying to tell people, the error of their way in believing that doctrine. But did they listen? No. I think it was one sister on that, in that comment section, other than my two daughters, who told the teacher that what she's teaching has no biblical basis or scripture reference. Out of all those people, 3 people knew. Our people are something else, family. The truth can be right in front of them and they'll still reject it. But I tell you what, in judgment, you're not going to be able to lay that blame on the pastor or the teacher, because he's got his own stuff to deal with in judgment. This is on you because you had an opportunity to research the scriptures, to study them. People had tried to guide you in the right way and told you what you were doing wrong. And you kept doing it. So you're going to have to answer for that. There ain't no need of you talking about, well, this is what the teacher told me. That's not going to fly, family. Okay? It's just not. Colossians chapter 2, verse 8 says, beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, and after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Mashiach. See, that's what they do. They spoil you through philosophy, what they think, or man-made doctrine, and you buy it whole hog without researching, without checking them out, without seeking the scriptures. You just buy it because that's your famous person on YouTube. And that's what's going to get you in trouble. Because now you are a respecter of persons instead of the word of the Most High. Let's go to Romans chapter 11, verse 33 and 34. Oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of Yah. How unsearchable are his judgments, and his ways past finding out. See, there's things that the Most High just don't want us to know right now. Right? And it says, his judgments are unsearchable. and his ways are past finding out. See, the problem is people want more knowledge that they can bear. Okay? And it's at the hands of Satan, who tries to get you to seek some kind of wisdom or insight outside of what the Most High has already given us. Verse 34 said, who has known the mind of the Most High, or who has been his counselor. See? Job chapter 11 verse 7 through 9 says, canst thou by searching find out Yah? Nope. Canst thou find out the Almighty unto perfection? Nope. Verse 8 says, it is as high as heaven. What canst thou do? Deeper than hell. What canst thou know? Verse 9, the measure thereof is longer than the earth and broader than the sea. See? These people trying to figure the Most High out through other means. Okay? When the Bible itself has already told us how to live to be able to obtain salvation and enter into the kingdom. We didn't need no, as they call it, third hour to find that out. He already told us what to do and how to do it. And let's have faith in Mashiach. But see, when you do things like that, those are works of the flesh. See, salvation was not given to us because of the works of the flesh. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 8 and 9 says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, said the Most High. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. See? Quit trying to figure the Most High out. What he wants to know, we know. We go and ask him for wisdom and understanding of what's already written. But he's laid it out. What we need to do. People make this walk harder than what it is. It's not that hard, family. As we keep going, we'll find that out. First Corinthians chapter 3 verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yah. For it is written, he take the wise in their own craftiness. See? This new so-called wisdom they trying to shove on people. Oh, we can open up our gland and all this and see this and see that. I've seen the comments in that video. People already said they've been having hallucinations and visions and seeing into the spirit world. Who do you think that's from? Certainly not the Most High. Have they forgotten where we are? This is Satan's world system. Okay? They just done forgot. This is not the world system that the Most High wants us to have. He'll establish that when Mashiach returns. Okay? Mashiach told you himself, he's not of this world. Not talking about the earth, family. World. That's a system of things created by man that is run by Satan himself. Go to Amos, chapter 3, verse 7. It says, surely Elohim will do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets. See, the things we need to know, family, the prophets have already written it. And the Most High does nothing except he reveal it to the prophets first. Anytime the Most High was going to pass down judgment, he always sent a warning through his prophets. Now, when people ignore the prophets or kill the prophets or whatever they did to them, then the Most High's judgment just fell on them. They did not heed the warning from his servants, the prophets. But the Most High always warned people. Even back with Noah, they had 120 years worth of warning. See? Let's look at Revelation chapter 10, verse 7. And it says, in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of Elohim should be finished, as he has declared to his servants, the prophets. See? It's in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he began to sound, and say the mystery of Yah should be finished. See? There are things that we will not know in this life, family. Why would you dibble and dabble into some demonic doctrine taught by man? Why? 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 20 says, knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. See, and that's what they tried to do in the book of John, when it's talking about if the I be single and all that. They took their own interpretation to make it mean the pineal gland. See, it had nothing to do with the gland or your physical eyes. It was a parable. The Bible is full of parables and metaphors, similitudes, analogies. See? And if you're a true student of the scriptures, you know them when you see them. If this is literal or if it's a metaphor or a parable, you know. But these people who believe all this doctrine, one thing, they probably don't even study. They just listen to what some teachers say. Okay? See, this is Isaiah chapter 47, verses 10 through 14. And this is going to speak about people, using enchantments. And that's what you're doing. When you dabble in this third eye stuff. Isaiah 47, verse 10 through 14. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none see me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. And thou hast said in mine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. See, these people are trying to be enlightened and all this. They're almost saying that they've attained a God-like existence. Verse 12, it says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, whereas thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Now let now the astrologers, the stargazers, prognosticators stand up and save thee from things that shall come upon thee. It's just saying all this wickedness, this false doctrine, about third eye, pineal gland. It said, let them sorcerers and people who teach themselves save you from what's going to come up on you. It's just a warning, family. Take it or leave it. Verse 14 said, behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm it, nor fire to sit before it. See, this is a warning in Isaiah about people doing what we're talking about and listening to false doctrine and false teachers. I mean, you go by the fruit, not somebody's personality. And a lot of people listen to that stuff and keep listening to them because they like their personality. okay? Which is going to get you in trouble. You don't accept false doctrine just because you like somebody. You know. So I don't know what to tell those people except for to leave them alone. Apparently they're spiritually dead, and you can only do so much or say so much, family. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8 and 9. Listen to this. For by grace are you saved through faith, not a pineal gland, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of Yah. It's a gift. Okay? Not something that you had to try to do for yourself. Verse 9 says, not of works, lest any man should boast. See? And that's what these people do. Oh, well, I think I open my gland up and I could see this and see that and everything. So that's boasting. That's of the flesh. But salvation is a gift. You don't have to do all that old extracurricular stuff, right? Let's see. Galatians chapter 5, verse 19 through 21. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, sedition, heresy. Verse 21, envying, murder, drunkenness, reveling, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, they that which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yah. People that do those things. See? You letting people tell you to do things like that, family. Let's go to Romans chapter 8, verses 14 through 16, I believe. Okay? It says, for as many as are led by the Ruach of the Most High, they are the sons of the Most High. For you have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but you have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. Verse 16, the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Did you hear that, family? Our spirit bears, the Ruach itself bears witness with our spirit. See, when you believe, when you got faith, you didn't have to do nothing physical works to get it. All you have to do is believe. And the Ruach will bear witness with your own spirit that you're a child of the Most High. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 19. And it's talking about these teachers again. Whosoever, therefore, shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men to do so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. See, you're not supposed to teach people to break the Most High's statutes and law. And that's what you're doing. In Leviticus, he done warned us time and time again about seeking enchanters and witches, sorcerers, participating in other cultures' beliefs. That's what got us in trouble all the time, family. Why would you do it now? Let some modern day Pharisees get you right back in trouble with the Most High. Let's see what Mashiach said. John chapter 10, verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that enter not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbs up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. In other words, you trying to obtain some kind of spiritual enlightenment into the kingdom. He says, other than you having faith in me and believe me and obey and try to climb up some other kind of way, you're the same as a thief and a robber. So those of you who are trying to practice this spiritism from these other cultures, you're asking for it. Mashiach is the door. Matthew chapter 7, verse 13 through 16. Enter ye at the strait gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and there many be which go in thereat. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which lead unto life, and few there be that find it. See, people trying to go in through the another path. It's a narrow road, family, that we have to stay on. Verse 15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You shall know them by their fruit. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or figs of thistles? See, wolves in sheep's clothing. Those people may look appealing to you and they speak good and look all holy and all that, but that's what it means by sheep's clothing. They come among the Most High's sheep looking like them, but actually they're a wolf. This is why we should not be respecters of persons. Because you like somebody and like the way they speak and a whole bunch of things to make you believe everything that they say. You are one of the people who is deceived very easily. Okay? Because if you like them that much to listen to false doctrine, that's all you're going to get from them. They got you. Okay? Colossians chapter 2, verse 1 through 3. For I would that you knew what great conflict I have for you, and for them at Laodicea, and for as many as have not seen my face in the flesh, that their hearts might be comforted, being knit together in love, and unto all riches of the full assurance of an understanding, to the acknowledgement of the mystery of Yah, and of the Father, and of Mashiach. See, we keep seeing the word mystery, because there are some things, family, right at this moment in time, that is hidden from us. Like I say, everything we need to know was written by the prophets and Mashiach. You don't need to go to some cult to learn anything about the kingdom. He already told you what we need to do to get it. Let's see. Let's go to Daniel. See, we go through the whole Bible, family. Let's go to Daniel, chapter 2, verse 21. And he changes the times and the seasons. He removes kingdoms, and he sets up kings. He gives wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. See, the Most High will give you wisdom and knowledge if you're seeking Him, if you're studying His Word. That's why He say He'll give it to the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. But if you're being led around by your nose by a false teacher, you're not going to get anything from the Most High. Okay? Anytime you reject the Most High's word, family, Scripture tell you that even your prayers are an abomination. See? Let's go to Leviticus chapter 19, verse 31. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Elohim, the Most High, your Elohim. Let's go on down to Leviticus chapter 20, verse 6. And the soul that turned after such has familiar spirits and after wizards to go a whoring after them. I will even set my face against that soul and will cut him off from among his people. Let's read Leviticus 20, verse 27. A man or also a woman that has a familiar spirit or that is a wizard shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon them. See, the Most High takes that stuff serious, family. Very serious. All right? Now, let's go to Revelation chapter 21, verse 8. See, a lot of people, well, he's talking about witchcraft and stuff in the Old Testament. Well, we're going to go to the very last book in the Bible and see that he still mention it. Okay? Revelation chapter 21, verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burn with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Oh, look to me like he still meant it in the last book, next to the last chapter in that book too. See, you know, like I say, there was plenty of people on there talking about just because this teacher said something about it, now all of a sudden everybody done experienced the opening of the third hour. You should see the comments. Oh yeah, I had that experience. I seen my dead grandparents. No, what you saw was a familiar spirit, like Saul did. Thought he was actually seeing Samuel. You know, I would ask them, okay, well, if y'all can see into the spirit world and see things that's supposed to happen and all that, then would somebody tell me what day Mashiach is coming? I'd like to know. Because, I mean, if y'all can see all that, you should be able to tell us. All right? What day is he coming? Because according to Scripture, not even the angels know that. You know. So, you really enlightened, are you? Revelation 19, verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. Now, all y'all that's been having these visions and stuff with your third eye, what name is it that Mashiach gonna have? That, you know, he said nobody knew the name but himself. So I'd like to know. You know, y'all been enlightened. So tell me that. Tell us that. Matthew chapter 24, verse 36. But of that day and hour know no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. See? Well, y'all know more than Masha. Y'all know more than angels, because y'all been enlightened. Okay? Okay, family. Let's go to John chapter 16, verse 12 through 14. And we'll see that there's some things that even then we wouldn't understand. This is what Mashiach said. I have yet many things to say to you, but you cannot bear them now. All right? By verse 13, howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth. For he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak, and he will show you things to come. Verse 14, he shall glorify me, for he shall receive of mine, and shall show it unto you. Now, did anywhere in there you hear anything about somebody opening up some kind of pineal gland? He said, the Spirit of truth, which is the Ruach, and he'll guide you into all truth. So what possible truth can you learn from these demonic cultures and practices that is already revealed to us through the Ruach? Those people better get with it, I tell you. Okay, family, we're winding down here. We got 2 or 3 more scriptures to go. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 2. You shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish any from it, that you may keep the commandments of the Elohim, which I command you. See, there's a warning right there to these false teachers. You don't take nothing away or add nothing to the word. And again, just in case you think that he was speaking only in the Torah or Old Testament, let's go to the very last book of the scriptures again, and the very last chapter. Revelation chapter 22, verse 18 and 19. For I testify unto every man that hear the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, Yah shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. Verse 19, and if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, Yah will take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. See, we're not to add or take away from, family. That's why I try to stay with the scriptures. So, family, let's leave on this note because people in their attempt to gain some kind of edge or special insight, you know, they're making this uh, walk a lot more difficult than what it is. It's not really hard at all, family. And we're going to see it in this very next verse. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yah, keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. It's just that simple, family. All that works of the flesh you're doing, trying to obtain some kind of special enlightenment, it has nothing to do with it. It's very clear. Starts off saying, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. No matter what you think you know, how smart you think you are, how many scriptures you can recite, everything, it all boils down to one thing and one thing over only. Fear the Most High. Keep his commandments. That's it. That's it. From Genesis to Revelation. That's it. I don't care what you read in between Genesis and Revelation. That don't change. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. That's it. That's how you make it. It's not hard. We make it hard by listening to all this false doctrine and commandments of men. We don't want to make this walk harder than what it is, family. That's the conclusion of the whole matter. That's it in a nutshell. Okay, family. Um, like I say, keep studying to show yourself approved, to rightly divide the word, not depending on what some teachers say, because many teachers are in this thing for the wrong reasons, family. They want popularity. They want to make money and merchandise the people. Your salvation is the last thing on their mind. Or they speak good words and have a form of godliness, but they deny the power of the Most High by teaching you different doctrine, teaching you need to open your third eye to be enlightened. Okay? That's it, family. So keep studying. Don't depend on man. Just study and search the scriptures. and do it like we're supposed to do it. Line upon line, precept upon precept. Here a little and there a little. That's it. Okay? All right, family. I'm going to get out of here. Until next time, shalom.